So good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our open day. It's a question and answer session, and you are free to ask any questions that you would like. Please do ask your questions in the chat box, and then our representatives will be able to answer the questions that you give us in the chat box. Hi Z. Z is an international recruitment, part of the international recruitment team at the University of Nottingham in Malaysia. So she was happy to answer all your questions as it pertains to studying abroad in Malaysia. Z, you would have some time to tell us about yourself, tell us about Malaysia, why it's a great study destination, about the University of Nottingham, and then we'll give you questions as people are asking. So welcome.
Okay, thank you, Tayo. Thank you everyone for coming today and for joining our session. My name is Z. I'm from the University of Nottingham, Malaysia. So Malaysia is located in Southeast Asia, next to Singapore and Thailand, if you're not familiar where Malaysia is. So I'm from the University of Nottingham. The Malaysia campus is a branch campus of the University of Nottingham in the UK. What it means to be a branch campus, meaning when you study in the branch campus, you get the same certificate and same quality of study. I will just quickly do a presentation, and then you can ask me question later. It will be easier to, so I will share my, I'm not able to share screen. Okay, maybe you can help me to share my screen. If not, I will just...
Can you try again, Z?
No, it's disabled by host. Okay. Okay, while waiting, so when University of Nottingham, Malaysia, I said before, is a branch campus of the campus in UK. When you say branch campus in Malaysia, you get the same quality and same certificate as the student who study in the UK campus. We also have a campus in China. So Nottingham will have two international campus, Malaysia and China, and I'm from the Malaysia campus. One of the big difference of studying in Malaysia campus is the cost of education. In general, the tuition fee will be lower than what you pay in the UK because our currency is not as expensive as pound. And also the cost of living in Malaysia is lower than in UK. This is the benefit you get. So you study the same UK degree in Malaysia, but you are paying much less than what you get in UK. And what we usually encourage students to do is you study your bachelor in Malaysia campus. After that, you graduate with a UK degree. Then you go to UK for your master. Rather than you spend all the bachelor 3 year or 4 year in UK and then master, you study 3 year bachelor in Malaysia campus, then you go over to UK for your master, which is only 1 year, and then you can stay back for your post-study visa. So I would, as an example, since okay, I can't share the screen, I will just give you a what be available in the Malaysia campus. The program is similar to what we have in the UK. So for example, undergraduate for science and engineering program, in the UK, it will cost you about £23,000. But in Malaysia, it's only about £10,000 per year, same degree. And then for master, in the UK, it's about £25,000, but in Malaysia, it's about £10,000. So you benefit from a lower tuition fee, but you get the same quality as the UK campus. Any other questions so far? Can you try to make whether I can share my screen?
You still not able to share your screen?
No. Okay. So I just answer the question first while waiting. For undergraduate, it depends on which qualification you come from. Are you coming from A level, or are you coming from the high school qualification? So for student from Nigeria, if you're coming from the, let me check. If you're coming from the high school, you will need to do 2 semester foundation first. before you can progress to the year 1 bachelor degree. So our 2-semester foundation is just 6 months. After you complete the 6 months with no fail module, the passing mark is just 40%, then you can progress to the year 1. So the general requirement for the West Africa high school is 3B and 2C, including B in relevant study, relevant subject.
Please proceed.
Does that answer your question on the entry requirement? If you have more questions about entry requirement, you can send your academic transcript to Nubi and they will check with us further. I think that will be a better way for us to check. So if you have any question on whether you're not sure if you are qualified or not, you can just send the transcript to Nubi and they will check with us.
Great, thank you. Z, you should be able to
Yes.
share. You should be able to share your
I
screen.
can share now. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So this is my colleague email. If you want, you can just snap and can just ask us any question later. So this is a picture of a graduation ceremony in Malaysia campus. And this is the information about Nottingham. We are top 100 university in the world. We are also a member of the Russell Group. So if you are not familiar with Russell Group, it's something similar to the Ivy League University in the US. So in UK, it's including University of Cambridge and Oxford and of course Nottingham. We have international campus in Malaysia and China. And we are International Export University of the Year and top 10 UK graduate employability. So this is the location of the campus. And we are one university, we have one landmark building that is same in all 3 campuses. This is what we call our trend building. And this is what I mean by getting the same degree. What you see here is exactly the same certificate. Are you able to see the certificate? Just checking in case my presentation.
Yes.
Okay. So whether you study in our UK campus, Malaysia campus, or China campus, you get the same certificate and quality education. This is a brief history of the University of Nottingham in UK and also Malaysia. So in Malaysia, we opened in 2000 and we are the first UK branch campus to open outside of UK. And this year we are celebrating our 21st anniversary. And this is our campus. So you can see we are a full-fledged campus, similar to our UK campus. We are not a small office building. It's located 45 minutes from the airport and 45 minutes by car to the city center. So we are not in the city center, which makes us the cost of living will be much lower. You get to enjoy the full student facility, for example, on-campus accommodation, sports center, student association. We have all the research facility, teaching facility, as well as cafeteria, clinic, and shop in the campus. This is our ranking. So we are currently ranked 99, and we have one subject ranked top 10, which is the M-Farm. I will talk more about that later. And these are our subject area. So we have business, art and social science, engineering and computer science, and biomedical, biotechnology, some of the programs that you can study in the Malaysia campus. And this is what we have for our study. So we have foundation for students who coming from O-level, IGCSE O-level, and 2 semester for those coming from AS level or WA, SSCE, and undergraduate for A-level and pre-U program. So for master, it's 1 year duration, same as UK. For MBA, we require a minimum of 3 year working experience. But if you are fresh grad, you can consider the business and management or finance and investment. So we also have engineering master. And these are art and social science. And this is what I meant by the cost when I give you example. what you study in UK and what you study in Malaysia campus. So most importantly is this one. You can actually combine where you want to study for your master and bachelor. For example, if you study all the way from UK, this is what you pay. If you study in Malaysia campus, this is what you pay. And this, if you study the bachelor in Malaysia, then you go to UK for your master, this is what you pay. So you can compare the price, but you are still getting the same quality UK education. And this is what our exchange and transfer. So we allow students to go for exchange or transfer to our campus in UK or China. It depends on your program and availability. For exchange, meaning you go on your second year and come back to Malaysia campus to complete your study, you pay the tuition fee in Ringgit Malaysia. Meaning if you study in UK in your second year or China, you pay the Ringgit Malaysia. But if you feel like you want to complete everything in UK or China, then you will pay the tuition fee in the local currency. Some of the subjects we have for transfer where you can complete the final year in UK is biomedical science or computer science with artificial intelligence, business and engineering program. So tuition fee in the last year where you are studying in UK will have to be in pound. And then M-Farm, our top 10 program in the world, is a 2-year in Malaysia and 2-year in the UK. So when you complete the M-Farm in UK, you will go through something called pre-registration where you will undergo training to become a registered pharmacist in the UK. That means you can work in the UK as a pharmacist. These are some of our partners for other exchange program. And these are our scholarship for O-level and A-level student and also for master in the art and social science, 25% discount. On-campus accommodation, when I say affordable, because the rental including all the utility bill, and we also have application is done online. So club and society.
Hi Z, sorry to interrupt you. You have 2 more minutes just to round up so that we can get to the next speaker.
Okay.
But please continue.
So I'm actually finishing now. So 30% from international students are from 70 countries. Any question so far? Okay, there's a lot of question in the chat. In case I can't answer today, please contact Nubi and they will get back to us on any question.
Great, thank you so much, Z. We'll head to the questions in a bit, but before we do that, I would just like to welcome Ayo Latoye. Ayo is a Senior Director of Postgraduate Studies at Holt International School. He's representing Dubai. So welcome, Ayo. You have about 10 to 15 minutes to speak about your school, why Dubai is a great study destination. You can use all of your minutes, of course, or you don't have to use all of it. And then we'll have a question and answer session for both our representatives once Ayo is done. So welcome, Ayo.
Fantastic. Hey, thank you so much for the welcome, Tayo. And it's great to have so many people on this call. I'm always fascinated when I come on calls like this and I find, students from Nigeria who are looking to launch either global careers or to really accelerate their academic progress internationally. So well done to all of you guys. Like Tara said, my name is Ayo Olatoye. I'm a senior director with Holt International Business School. I oversee our postgraduate programs, but I understand that on this call, there are several people who are looking at undergrad, people who are looking at postgrad. So I'm going to try to address as many of those as I can. So right now I sit on our Dubai campus. We have a multi-campus structure. Let me just kind of say that off the bat. So Holt has campuses in Dubai, Boston, San Francisco, and London. And so one of the things that we have that's really cool about the structure we have here, you could choose to start your program in Dubai, do the first 6 months in Dubai, and then rotate to some of the other campuses. But let me start with Dubai, because I know that that's why most of you are here today. So our Dubai campus is a postgraduate campus. And so we offer a couple of things on Dubai campus. We offer the Masters in International Business. Now, that is a master's degree That's kind of like a mini MBA. It's designed for people who are either fresh out of school or who have just like 1, 2, or maximum 3 years of work experience. And it basically takes what it is that you would need to know either to function really effectively as somebody who's becoming a manager or someone who's going into an organization. So you have the Masters in International Business. Now, the first 6 months, which are the core modules of the Masters in International Business, you do the core courses. And then afterwards, you can choose to specialize either by taking electives in marketing, entrepreneurship, or something else that you feel like business analytics that is more in line with where it is that you want to progress to. Now, for people who choose to come and start off at our Dubai campus with a Masters in International Business, like I said, you can choose to do the first 6 months in Dubai, and then you can go and do your electives in any of our 2 campuses. So the structure is first modules in Dubai, and then next 2 modules in any of the other campuses. So you could potentially start in Dubai, do the first 6 months of your Masters in International Business, and then go to either San Francisco, Boston, or London to do the other 2 modules, all right? On our Dubai campus, we also have the Masters in Business Administration, the MBA program, which we have the full-time version of that. And we also have something we call the hybrid version, where you could choose to study 50% of that in class and the other 50% online if you so choose. And the last option that we have on our Dubai campus is the Masters in Business Analytics. Again, we offer that as a hybrid program. And for a lot of people who are really thinking about how can I be very relevant for the emerging job market, the Masters in Business Analytics is a really, it's a really highly demanded course because it really teaches you the core of business analytics, which basically is relevant to every industry that you could potentially be looking at getting hired in, whether that's working in a bank, or working for a company like Amazon. It's relevant to a whole lot of other countries, sorry. So you could choose to do that as well at our Dubai campus. Now, for people who are looking at what are the other options that are available, we also offer the Masters in Finance, the Masters in International Marketing, and then the Masters in Finance, Masters in International Marketing, and then the Masters in Business Analytics, like I mentioned before. And you have the option of starting those at either of our campuses and then rotating to Dubai to finalize your process here. Just to mention again, because I know there are some people who are looking at undergraduate programs here. We don't offer undergraduate courses at Dubai. It's predominantly for our postgraduate studies. But then again, like I mentioned, you can start off in one of our other campuses and rotate back to Dubai to finish the last modules of whatever you specialize in. All right, so that's pretty much the overview of the courses that we offer at Dubai and what campuses that we have as well.
Great, thank you so much, Ayo. So we do have some questions coming in both for you and Z. And one of the questions we have is, how much will it cost to study and live in Dubai and Malaysia? Is that relatively inexpensive, cheap?
Okay.
And how does that go?
Okay, so I actually have a slide that I would love to share with you, right? And I was actually hoping this question would come up so I could actually give you kind of a very realistic breakdown. 1 second while I pull this up. Okay, so if you're looking at doing the Masters in International Business, you would be looking at an average cost of 47,500. And I deliberately kept the slide in USD, in dollars, instead of dirhams, which is our local currency here, just so that you can understand, what the monetary value of what you're looking at is. So you would be looking at the program cost of about 47,500, and then estimated living cost. This is a combination of your living expenses and of your house rents, transport, logistics, everything together would be at 28,000. Now, again, I always kind of put a caveat when I share this figure because your living expenses oftentimes is determined by the quality of life you want to have. Now, with $28,000, you would have a very, very comfortable year in Dubai. But I've known people who've been able to get by on a lot less. So that's kind of like the first thing that I wanted to say. Now, the second thing that I wanted to say is to just make this figure very realistic for a lot of the people who are on this call, right? Now, if you're looking at coming to study at Holt, we do have scholarships, partial scholarships. You could get between 15 to 25%. That will be covered by the scholarship cost. Now, your savings, that's either family and friends, you'll be looking at putting in about 35,000. Now, we work with a student financing body called Empower. And they give a lot of our international students study loans. So basically, if you were applying to HALT and you got an offer of admission with HALT, we would refer you to this institution that partners with HALT, and you could potentially get a student loan from between $25,000 to $50,000 to cover a certain portion of your tuition and living expenses. And again, it's a pretty straightforward process. We have a lot of students from Nigeria this year who have gotten student loans from them. The interest rates you would get on these loans are a lot friendlier than what you probably get in a lot of local banks in Nigeria as well. And all they would ask you for would be your student ID number from HALT. They check in their system, they reconfirm from us, and the loan is given to you based on your perceived future earning potential. So it's non-collateralized. They're not going to ask you to bring your house or any of those things. It's just them basically looking at you and assessing what they feel your future earning potential could be. And it's awarded to you based on that. So again, to circle back to your question, the program cost will be about $47,500. Estimated living cost will be about $28,000. If you're looking on embarking on this journey yourself, you should realistically look at having about $35,000 of that amount yourself, and then the rest can be split between scholarships and student loans.
Great, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Aya. We have a few more questions coming in. One is actually for Z. So someone is wondering if they can transfer from a different university to the Nottingham campus, but they haven't specified yet what university that would be. So do you accept transfers?
Yes, we do accept transfer, but only up to a second year, meaning you need to transfer to our second year, and you will depend on which program you are applying, your grade, the course syllabus. So we need to do a matching process first. You will depend on a few factors before we can admit you. But if you are thinking to come into a second year, you can take a look at what program we offer first, whether we have the program that you want to transfer to.
Okay, great. Because we have someone else who's mentioned that they are studying an undergraduate program in North Cyprus. So it is possible for them to transfer.
It's possible, yeah, but we need to know so what program you are studying and which program you want to transfer to in Malaysia campus, whether we have the program that you want and whether what you're studying in North Cyprus is compatible with what our program in our program, so that when you come in, you will not feel left out. So that's why there is a long process, but if you're interested, just write to us and submit your course syllabus as well, so we can check with the admission.
Great, thank you. So we have another question that is directed for both Z and Aya. What are the job prospects after studying in Malaysia and Dubai?
You want to go first, Z? Ladies first?
Okay. So, in Malaysia, we do not offer the post-study visa. So, student will need to find a job first and get this work visa. However, we do have many opportunity for international students because there is a lot of multinational company here. And also, I want to emphasize that when you graduate in Nottingham, Malaysia campus, you should look for job opportunity, not just in Malaysia, but also our neighbor Singapore and our neighboring country, as well as other country, because what you're getting is a UK degree. So it shouldn't be limited to Malaysia only, because after all, you are getting an international recognized degree. What you can do is you can apply for a job before you graduate, and we have a career center that can help you with all the process, including coaching to prepare yourself for the interview, and we also have a job fair as well. So,
all right.
Thank you, Z.
Thanks. Okay, so my turn. I guess I'll kind of start with an example. So I came to Dubai in 2012 to do an MBA myself, and I have been here ever since. So I got a job 3 weeks to graduation, and I've been working and living in Dubai with my family since. So that's about 9 years now. So that's kind of like an example of, how a lot of students have stayed back. There are a lot of people who came from Nigeria who are my classmates who currently live and work in Dubai, and they live in the city. Now, in terms of the post-graduation visa situation, it's very similar to Malaysia. So you basically are allowed to stay back 30 days after you graduate. Now, what HALT has done, because we understand that the return on investment of coming to study a program with us is your post-graduation job prospects. And so what our career services has done is from the very first day you land in Dubai, I would probably say about within the first 3 weeks, you would have had a one-on-one session with a career coach. They would understand what kind of industries that you are looking at, and they would have already begun to work with you to begin to apply for internships, to begin to network, and to begin to build your profile in order to get a job well ahead of time. We have career fairs where we have more than 100 different companies from Dubai coming to our campus at different times, starting from about April all the way staggered through to like August. And so they come in to interview our candidates and our students to speak to them. So a lot of people start getting these opportunities even before graduation time. If you're waiting till a few weeks to graduation to start seriously job hunting, then you're going to be in for a bit of problem. But we don't let that happen. We normally encourage our students, we support them to really start doing these applications at least 4 months to graduation. So we have many of our students who have offers before graduation day. Like I said, you have 30 days post-graduation to switch visas, but many of them have started that process. Like right after graduation, they started working with their employers to switch visas to their employers' visas.
Great. Thank you both so much. We actually have another question, but I think that you've kind of answered that. It was more so, is it possible for international students to get their work permit during their studies? But I think that that is possible. Once you're finishing up, you can
so the operative,
or not during your studies.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The operative word there is during, right? So you
Okay.
cannot get a work visa during. However, because the way it's set up in Dubai, it's a very regulated system. So we encourage our students to get internships. The school will give you a letter to whatever company stating that you're going to work there as an intern for a certain amount of time. That is already registered with the government. That is not a work visa. It's just a permit for you to work as an intern with an organization. As long as you are registered and studying in a school, you have to stay on that school's visa. You can only get a work permit once you graduate, and we're switching you from the school visa to your employer's visa.
Great, thank you, Ayo. Z, would you like to also maybe tackle that question as well as to working while you're studying as well? Is it the same in Malaysia?
Yes, so you are not a student, you can work on campus and also during your semester break, but not like you have to work full-time and study full-time as well. So that is not allowed. And generally, you do not have time actually because you will be busy with your study and also extracurriculum activity. So students are only allowed to work part-time during the semester break and on campus. And we do have many international students who help out with our event, where actually they also gain experience in while they are doing all this event. And some of the time, it depends if you are some of the program that you join, you will also have an opportunity to go for internship. So this is also your opportunity to experience working in a company and also in your program as well.
Great, thank you. Another question that we're getting quite a bit, maybe both of you can take turns in going, is what scholarship options are available? And in terms of accommodation, how is that set up? I know that you mentioned you're more a campus university as well, so maybe you can expand on the scholarship options and then accommodation campus-wise.
Okay. Ayo, you want to go first this round?
All right, no problem. Happy to do that. Okay, so starting with scholarship opportunities, we offer partial scholarships. And again, a lot of that would depend. So we offer scholarships and we also have financial aid, right? Scholarships are dependent on either your academic excellence or something that you've demonstrated in the past that shows that you're going to add a lot of value to the classroom. So that's one. And then we also have financial aid, and financial aid is based on the need that we are certain. So we're going to take a look at, bank statements. We want to understand what your parents do and all of that. And then we can then give out a certain amount of financial aid to support you based on that. Now, all of those two combined together could range between, I would say, about 15% to 25% of the total program cost. Again, it's dependent on each individual that's coming in, the value we think they can bring to the classroom, as well as what we are certain that need to be. So for people who are looking at HALT, and if they have really strong profiles, they could get up to 25%, between 20 to 25%, all right? Now, regarding accommodation, our campus is situated right in the heart of Dubai Internet City. It's prime property. So all the way on top, we have Facebook. To the left, we have Google. I say that just so that you understand what the campus setting is like. So we do not have accommodation on the campus. It's a nice, beautiful building for the school itself, for the classrooms, facility, and administration. Now, our students stay off campus, but we have certain people that we partner with. So there's some big apartment buildings that have partnered with HALT, and we refer a lot of our students there. So you find that there are a lot of our students that have studio apartments, or they share, they take rooms in a particular apartment within particular blocks, and they get a discounted rate because they're being referred to by HALT. But you're not going to have to worry about coming to Dubai and stressing to find a place, because we have a student services team. They would have gotten in touch with you before you even arrived. They would have sent you some pictures and options to look at. We often encourage our students to actually get here in person before they select. We have right opposite our campus, we have the Holiday Inn, and then we have the Two Seasons, and we can get students 50% rates. So they come in, they spend about a week in those places whilst they go and look at the options of accommodation that we point them to. And they normally, maximum in 7 days, they would have finalized accommodation, and that's over and done with. All right.
Thanks, Ayo.
Okay. So for scholarship, we do have offer scholarship for high achiever from the A level and O level. We also offer sports scholarship and art scholarship and sibling. But we also have the financial assistance. But you will need, you can write to us if you require more information. For accommodation, our on-campus accommodation is inside our campus, as I show in my presentation. So our campus is located about 45 minutes from the city center and the airport. It's actually it's not that far. By car, it's only 45 minutes. So you can apply for accommodation after you have received an offer letter. And usually we will, first new student will get the on-campus accommodation. So it's almost guaranteed for new student. We encourage you to stay on campus because then you get to know other students, you get to know about the university more before you decided to move out, when you get to know more friends in your second year. Okay.
Great, thank you. So we have a question from someone who says, I have a BSc in biochemistry. Can they apply for an MSc in nursing? So that would be for both. So they have an undergrad degree in biochemistry. Can they then go on to do nursing?
So that won't be for me because we don't offer nursing. We are strictly a business school. Maybe you want to take that, Z?
Yeah.
Actually, it's okay. For Malaysia campus, we do not offer nursing and medicine as well. So you may want to consider our UK campus.
Okay, great, fantastic. And Z, what's the English requirement test for admissions with Nottingham in Malaysia? Is it the same as the UK requiring IELTS as well?
Yes, it requires IELTS, but it also depends which qualification you come from. So we do accept English if you're coming from the IGCSE O level or A level as well. Okay. And beside IELTS, also TOEFL and PTE as well.
Great, thank you. And Ayo, would you have any?
For us, it's not. Again, I'm assuming everybody on this call is based out of Nigeria. Because your undergraduate degree would have been studied in English, that is something that is waived. Unless if you are going to our UK campus, you would need IELTS for visa. But for our admissions in Dubai, like, you don't need to do the IELTS exam if your undergraduate degree is in English.
Great, fantastic. Oh, I'm not sure if you'll be able to answer this, Ayo, but we have a question saying, what's the process of transferring from San Francisco HALT campus to work in Dubai? I don't know.
Okay, I think I have a guess who this is. But if you are looking, yes, because someone sent me a message, a lovely lady sent me a message on LinkedIn earlier today with that same question, and it's a pretty interesting question. So if you're looking so you're currently studying in San Francisco, and you want to work in Dubai when you graduate. That's what the question says, right, Tayo?
So let me reread the question to you. So it says, what is the process for transferring from San Francisco HALT campus to work in Dubai? Okay,
so what you need to do, because you would have a career services team in San Francisco. We also have a career services team in Dubai. So what you need to do, again, it's not a transfer, it's just what you want to say is when you graduate from San Francisco, you want to make sure that you get a job in Dubai. So there are two things you want to do. The first is that you want to speak to your career services department in San Francisco. Make sure that they link you up with somebody in career services in Dubai. And that handshake is going to help you begin to apply for jobs in Dubai. And then you should also consider taking your final set of electives and rotating to Dubai for that last module, either the last module or the second to the last module. Like that, you're going to be on ground here. You can, you're available to do interviews immediately, either in person or online. So those would be the two things that I would recommend. First, speak to your career services, let them connect you with Career Services Dubai, and then you should plan on taking some of your final electives here in Dubai in your final module.
Great, thank you, Ayo. I think you have a follow-up question on your answer, where it goes, will they be able to assist in a field outside of business, for instance, in architecture?
Hey, Leslie, I wish we could, but we are strictly a business school. So we offer, like I mentioned, marketing, business analytics, and business related courses and marketing courses. We don't offer architecture.
Okay, can I answer that question for Leslie? Leslie, we have more universities in Dubai that you can look at if you want to go and study architecture. We have University of Birmingham in Dubai. They are not here now, but they will be in our fair in April. We have Heriot-Watt University in Dubai. So you get in touch with Nubi Education. We'll be able to guide you with that question.
Great, thank you so much. We have a question for Malaysia. If you offer an undergraduate degree in psychology, and if there are sports scholarships as well.
Yes, we offer the psychology undergraduate. So in 1 year tuition fee is about 10,000 USD per year. So it's a 3-year program. If the similar program as the UK. So after you graduate from the psychology, you can go to further study for clinical psychology if you are into research. And yes, we do offer sports scholarship. I've sent the link to the student. It's quite competitive. You can, if you want more information, please let us know. We will send you more information.
Great, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone. We can take about 1 or 2 more questions if you have them. So please send in 1, 2 more questions before our closing remarks, and then we'll try and answer your questions. And also to our representatives, please feel free to have any closing remarks before we go to Ms. Omonubi.
Okay, there's somebody asking a question that he missed the UK session. If you missed the UK session, we're going to send the recordings to everyone that registered for UK. So we send you the recording.
Great. Thank you. Ayo, did you want to say something?
I was just asking about whether you wanted us to do the closing remarks now or after the questions that were coming in.
You can, I think we've actually answered all the questions, actually. I think we've answered all the questions that have come in. If you did see something of your interest, Z and Ayo, please do bring it up in terms of questions that you may have seen that maybe were not addressed. But I think we addressed all the overarching, from accommodation to offers and processes. So thank you so much for that. Ayo, you can give a closing remark. Z, you can as well, and then Mrs. Omonubi, you can go afterwards.
Okay, I guess I'll go, right? Now, the first thing I want to say is that I have a massive amount of respect for everybody who's joined this call. You've invested an hour of your time because you're really looking at how you can accelerate either your career or launch an international career, right? And I have a massive amount of respect for that. What we've done at HALT, we've tried to really distinguish ourselves by focusing on practicality and application, right? We understand that our goal is when you go through the program at HALT and you come out at the other end, you're not just graduating with theoretical concepts. You're graduating with skills that have utility. And the one thing that we understand, and I'll say it again, is that for a lot of students who are coming to study our programs, the return on that investment are the kind of job opportunities that you can get. And so we've spent a lot of time investing in how to help students do that. So if you are interested in a business degree, then please reach out to Mrs. Nubi, and she'll link you up with us, and we'll be happy to help you take that step ahead.
Right, thank you so much, Ayo. Z, do you have anything you'd like to share with us before we end?
I just want to thank everyone for joining us today. Thank you for taking the time. Okay, just one thing, if you want to know what it's like to study in Asia, it will give you a different experience than other country. And I think the future of most of the job opportunity will be in Asia as well. So do check us out in Malaysia campus, see what we can offer. If you have any question, just reach out to Nubi and they will be able to answer you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much to both our representatives, Ayo and Z. Thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for answering all the questions and letting us know more about your institutions. It's been a great pleasure. So I'm going to pass over to Ms. Omonubi now to the last remarks.
I just want to say a big thank you to everybody, the students and parents that keyed in, and for Ayo and Z. I just want to say a big thank you to Ayo, because I told Ayo about this event only today, and he was in the office. Being a good friend of Nubi, he decided to come because Dubai and Malaysia is an area that we want to develop very much. If you were in the UK session, we see that we had so many people came to the UK session because we have been there for a longer time. So we are just developing our relationship with these great countries, and I hope that you got enough information. You need more information, please get to us. And then we have a fair coming up in April, 17th to 24th of April. Some of you will send you the IV. We have more universities because that is a fair. But this is just question and answers to help you with your study plan and help you choose your study destinations. That's what we are doing today. But the actual fair is in April, and we hope that you all will be there. And if you want to put in application to Hult Business School, which is a great school, Ayo passed out from that school, and you can see that he's been working in Dubai for 9 years. You want to put application to Nottingham, Dubai, please let us know. Somebody was asking about UK, about nursing. Nottingham University, UK was here in the morning, and they talked about nursing at length. So we will share the recording with you as well. Thank you very much for your time. It's been a productive 1 hour, and I hope the applications will start rolling in now. Thank you. Thank you, and have a very, very good weekend.
Great. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a good day.